get the city on stable financial grounds. It's not going to be easy. We didn't get here overnight, so we're not going to get out of it overnight, but I'm confident that with the continued support of the community, we're going to do this. And my message today is really about three things. The first is thinking about the long term. Gone are the days of thinking about this year and next. We're thinking 5 and 10 years down the road. Second is making sure that we have a stable and solid foundation so that what we build is built to last. And then the third piece is for everything that we do in the city, getting from where we are now to where we want to be, we need the community to engage. We have so many different ways that people can help, and especially right now, people are reaching out and they want to be helpful, they want to lend a hand, and that's what we want to provide. There's so many ways that we can use your help as residents, and the only way that we're going to achieve all of our ambitious goals is by having the continued help and support of the community chipping in.
Mayor, can you explain the infrastructure bond that you're proposing in a little bit more detail? Obviously, the voters approved one in November that there wasn't a spending plan passed in time. How will this one work?
So what I've done is I've put forward a capital improvement plan, laying out spending for $120 million over the next 5 years. This is a major investment that we have to make. But what's notable about this is that the city has never had, as far back as anyone can remember or tell, a 5-year capital plan. For a city this size, that's almost negligent. So putting that forward, we sketched that out. Once that's all approved, we're working with the city council to make sure that we agree on the funding for it. So it can still take a number of different forms, but we're actively working to make sure we make these investments. Our voters voted overwhelmingly that they want this, and so it's our responsibility to fulfill their mandate, and we'll be working on it to pass it this year.
But Mayor, just to clarify on that, the thing that the voters approved, you're not in any way trying to bring that back, right? That's already dead, right?
Yeah, I believe that's dead. I believe that's dead. I'm 98% sure that that's dead. Yeah. But what we do have is the mandate. Right. We know that voters support this. We know that they value infrastructure. So now it's our responsibility to find a way to get it done.
So it'll be another vote?
It could take a lot of different.
Election?
It could take a lot of different forms. We have different ways that we can bond. We could go to a special election. We could go to the General Assembly. We're sketching it all out right now. But what we wanted to have as the first step is to lay out what the capital improvement projects are going to be for the next 5 years. And once we have that in place, then the funding piece should be much easier.
Mayor, today my colleague Kim Kalunian Skyped into the White House press briefing and asked about Providence being a sanctuary city and if and when repercussions might be coming down the pike. Sean Spicer said, well, we do want to cut funding to sanctuary cities, although they haven't put out a list and they didn't give any timing. So what are you planning?
Look, we haven't seen any details. They haven't given any details. And to the extent that they have signaled what they're going to do, we are fully in compliance, just as virtually every other city in the United States. So we feel we're on strong legal grounds. We've consulted with attorneys. They've told us and reassured us that what the president is planning is illegal, and they won't be able to do that. And we're going to continue to hold our ground. It's a legal fight. Somewhat, it's a financial fight, but this is really a fight about principles and what we stand for. We've always been a nation of immigrants. We've been a city that's founded on principles of tolerance and inclusion. It's who we are, and we're not going to compromise that. And so regardless of what the president and his administration decide to do, we are not changing our policy.